Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Board YouTube channel. We are here for Pick and Roll on Monday, May 12th, and we are here once again for the NBA playoffs after yet another winning day for the show. Make sure you guys, you've been tailing with us, you've been winning, and you've been crushing it this season. You hit that like button. Also, if you enjoyed this episode along the way, also make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Keep up to date with our playoff content. But let's jump into things here. We'll get to the analysis. We'll get to the picks. We'll get to your questions. But as always, we start off with a recap of the previous show. Like I just mentioned, it was another winning day for the shows. 3 picks in play from Pips, as we'll bring him into things here. And we had a winner once again on Julius Randle. We took his over 18.5 points again, which was a winner as well on the show before. Finishes with 24 exactly yet again. We had Russell Westbrook under 4.5 assists, which was a winner at 4. We did have Aaron Nesmith, though, over 12.5 points. Unfortunately, finishes with 7 in a resounding win in Game 3 for the Cavs. But it's been a while since we had these games actually take place because, my goodness, did the Pacers lay a beatdown on the Cavaliers. It says they only won by 20, but if you're following the game, you saw it was a 41-point game at halftime, equals the largest halftime lead in playoff history. Some crazy games, Pips.
Yep.
Let's quickly touch on that one there. What went wrong for the Cavaliers in that one?
Yeah, they're playing guys that are not being able to play for the entire game on both sides. Garland, Pacers went for the blood. They started very aggressively, played good defense, and then on the other side just exploited Garland, Mitchell, and overall just attacked the weak of the defensive players over and over game. Mitchell got looks like he carried them through the first 3 games and didn't have legs for the fourth. Garland playing injured, and he was never good on defense. But this was horrible to watch. Then all over the place, like just a beat down. Uh, Helps one team make shots, other team doesn't as well to make it even bigger impact on the result. Realistically, first half, looking at the shot profile and looks they're getting, should be like up 20, probably not 40,
Yeah.
but still pretty much comfortable win for the Pacers. We'll
Yeah.
see what's happening with Donovan, but if he is done, this is done. Yeah.
Well, even if he's not done, it could be done at 3-1.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that game. That game's game 5 is coming up tomorrow. We have a couple of games today. We're gonna jump to the night game today, the later game on the West Coast. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves up 2-1 against the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry still injury concerns there, but Pips, you're looking at a play to get us started for this game.
Yeah, we are going to the one guy that needs to step up to give them any chance to win, and it's Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield over 13.5 points, minus 120, minus 122 FanDuel, minus 125 while available, so it's really close. Uh, don't know why they pulled his number down compared to the last game. He is the must play guy for them. Uh, just looking at the season stuff.
Share your screen for us here.
Oh yeah, I'm clicking on it, but didn't share the screen.
It's all right.
Here we go. Okay, so Buddy, let's look like the games against the Wolves this season. He played 5 games where he got more than 22 minutes, covered in all 5. When you look at the playoffs, first game of the playoffs, 24 points for Buddy. Second game, 15 points on horrible shooting. He was about 5 for 14 and scored 15 points in a 24 points blowout. Last game, ended up at 14. He had 0 points in the first half, played only 12 minutes. Then in the second half, he get stuff going, scored 14 points in the second half alone, and played 20 minutes in the second half. I honestly think Buddy needs to play 40 minutes. I don't know what happened in the first half. They first didn't try to get the looks for him, and secondly, he didn't play well. So in second half, he finally started doing well, moving off the ball, being very aggressive. So ended up scoring 14 points. If they want to have any chance of winning, Buddy needs to be more involved. So looking at the series usage, he averaged 21% usage on the series. First game 21, second game 26% usage, and last game 15% usage. But it was like 8% first half usage and like 20% second half usage. I don't know what happened there. So when we check the usage for Buddy, let's be conservative and say 23, even though he had 26 in the game too. So we'll just do conservative 15%, like in the lowest he had in the last game, from 15 to 23. And now let's look at the entire season for Buddy Hield when he gets even conservative minutes, like 25 minutes, and this kind of lower side of usage, he's crashing this line. He's over in 20 out of 25 games, averaging 16.8 points. So this line doesn't make sense when we look how many times he will get the ball, how many shots he will take, how many minutes is he going to play. This is a bit selling Buddy short. Same thing as we bet twice on Randall. Usage and minutes were just way too high for his line. Now the line is adjusted. We can see that Randall has 20 and a half line, which now makes sense. We bet over 18 and a half twice. Same with Buddy. I think this line should be for at least 14 and a half, but I think maybe even 15 and a half, considering this line. When you put this up at 15 and a half, then he is still over in 60% of the time. Additionally, this line is really good, much better than 14 and a half line, because if he make 4 threes and 1-2, that's 14 points, and that's very realistic for him. Like the same thing happened last game. He made 4 threes and 1-2, which ended up at 14 points. Yeah, in these games also, when he scores 14 points, 4 threes, 1-2. He didn't.
So
He never scored. He never scored exactly 13 points, but he scored 14 points in 4 out of these games exactly. So I think the value is for shooters 13 and a half is great line. Also, we can see even in the regular season some similar types of players to Buddy, like movement shooter, like Grimes, Beasley, Hawkins, Isaiah Joe had a lot of success against the Warriors defense.
all right, first play of the day, Buddy Hield over 13.5 points. Minus 122 available at our presenting sponsor, FanDuel. Minus 125 is also available, and you can also even find minus 120 potentially. So shop around in your region. But before we go any further, as always, a word from our presenting sponsor here, FanDuel, because the board is brought to you by FanDuel. With the NBA playoffs in full swing, if you think you know how things are going to go down, then make those predictions pay off with FanDuel. Just build the perfect parlay, activate the promo boost available that day, and lock in your bet. If it hits, that's a bigger payout for you at no extra cost. For Monday, it's the NBA Profit Boost Token. Again, bigger payout for you at no extra cost when you lock in that parlay. So don't just be a spectator this postseason. Head to FanDuel.com/board to download America's #1 sportsbook. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA, but must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit FanDuel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelpline.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-OPEN-Y or text HOPE-NY in New York. All right. Back out of here. Let's go to the earlier game of the day. We had the Boston Celtics blow out the Knicks in Game 3. Didn't make any mistakes this time. They were blowing them out in Games 1 and 2, ended up losing, but Boston now down 2-1. Still in New York for Game 4, but a 6-point spread in favor of Boston. Boston have to be pretty decently sized favorites to win this series. What do you think now, Pips?
Yeah, they kind of fixed the stuff in the last game. It's not like I made a post. Like it's not just that shots were falling. They were like more specific with their offense. They were trying to get Brunson and Towns way more involved. They were driving to the rim way more. They were going into the possessions much quicker. They changed the pace. Yeah, they did bunch of good stuff, and that's why they had an easy game. Helps playing Pritchard more. He kind of unlocked stuff for them as well. So yeah, this was an easy winning game 3. And I honestly don't. I mean, Knicks played horrible, so Knicks can definitely play better. And Boston Celtics won't shoot this good for most of the stuff, so it will even out. So I think something like 10 to 15 points win for Celtics is on the books. But I do think they win this series probably in 7. Can see Celtics Knicks stealing one more
Yeah.
when the shots are not falling for the Celtics. Yeah.
So Knicks up 2-1, and we're talking about them losing this series. So like obviously we really like the Celtics here. But what do you think the Knicks have to do differently in order to come out of this series and get to the conference final?
Need to get something from guys outside of Brunson and OG. Brunson and Towns. Mitchell Robinson definitely needs to make some free throws. Bridges and OG Anunoby scored 26 in the first game and then combined for 7 points total in the second game and third game.
Yeah.
Just not gonna cut it. But yeah, the idea is not just let Brunson shoot those poor mid-range contested shots. Same thing with Towns. They are doing well, and then the role players don't even touch the ball most of possessions. So Brunson, as good as he is, he needs to also move the ball, get the offense flowing, get the. If he is going to dribble the ball for 15 seconds of the offense and set up for a mid-range jumper, he will have good numbers, but they won't win. They need to try to do something else. They need to try to play some sets to involve some other guys. When Pritchard is on the court, you need to attack Pritchard. When Porzingis is out there, try to pull him out. Go after Horford, who is like 50 years old, and like Towns can go against Horford in single coverage. Like Horford did an unbelievable job, but some like quicker guys can definitely do. Maybe try playing McBride instead of Hart, because they kind of ignore Hart on offense, even though Hart is their guy. Like so many hustle plays, but when they similar stuff, I don't know if people watched the OKC last night. Dort was completely ignored on offense, and that clogs the paint, it clogs the stuff, and it's difficult to play. Similar stuff is happening with Hart, and like he can make them pay. Maybe he should play less minutes. McBride could help with 3-point shooting. Think that those are, but the margins are just very low, very small for the Knicks. Like, yeah, they have what they have. Like, yeah, maybe
they really have to get things really right, like they did in the second half of game 1 and 2 to win these games.
I will be maybe crazy for this, but I think starting Mitchell Robinson will be great idea actually in this spot. Like if they are going to foul him, I don't think they can foul from like first 3 to 4 minutes. Like they will go in the bonus, and if they do that, you can then pull him out, and then you are playing against team that is early bonus.
You're right. Just play him the first 6 minutes of every quarter. If you want to foul him, great. Now when he comes out, everyone else goes to the line as soon as they get fouled.
So that could put pressure on them. I don't know. Like also, I don't think you were losing anything with him out there instead of Hart. Like he'll play the 5, and then Towns will play the 4, and you have shooting on the 4 and no shooting at the 5. But Mitchell will get, if he's playing 20 plus minutes, he is getting 6 to 7 offensive rebounds. Like he will make them work. So, and on the defense, they are probably like by far the best defensive rating when Mitchell is on the court. So that's something I will try definitely. It's tough benching Hart. I don't think Tips actually did do it,
Yeah.
but I will try it. Like,
Yeah. No, I'm with you there for sure.
yeah.
Um, no bets for this game, but we can go to tomorrow's set of games. So the Tuesday games. First up, it's the Indiana Pacers against the Cleveland Cavaliers. We spoke about it briefly earlier on, but you do have a bet for this game.
Yeah, we are going some back to the Aaron Nesmith. Just last game, huge blowout. Obviously, he still covered 12 points in only 23 minutes. He's playing 30 plus easily. We are getting minus 125, but the minus 120 is actually pretty much widely available
Yeah.
for this one. So official bet at minus 120, okay to minus 125.
All
Uh,
right. Walk us through this one.
Playoffs numbers for Neesmith. Looking at the usage in the playoffs, he averaged 17% usage. 4 games against the Cleveland Cavaliers, he averaged 17% usage. Last game, he had 19%, 17%, 22%. One game where they got blown out, played horrible. He had 11.5% usage in a blowout, played 27 minutes. So I would say that's kind of an outlier. He's mostly having usage between 15 to 23%, but I will go a bit conservative as as I always do. Like I'll just put when he has usage between 12% and let's say like 23% because that's what he had in some games in the playoffs, like against the Bucks. He had uh, first game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, he had 22%, so need to include that one. And also, when we look at the minutes when he is playing, also conservative 25 plus, he's over this line. I'll just look from the games since he returned from the injury. So from February, he played 19 games and covered this in 17 out of 19, averaging 16.6 points. Number wise, it also all these games have average usage of 17%. In the playoffs, he had usage of 17%. So this is when he gets these minutes and this usage, he's averaging 16 points. So that this line is horrible. Set like too low. Also, additional good thing, if you look at the, I'll just switch to something. Let me just see if I can find it. Maybe I just can. So I'll switch to this. Stop this and share screen for something else. Okay, this is matchups on NBA.com site, and we can see
Zoom in a little bit on this one.
Just a second. Okay, I think this is it. So it's
Yeah.
matchups on NBA.com. So we can see that offensive players and defensive players for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we can see that Garland, since he returned the last 2 games, he had most of the matchups, partial possessions, guarding Aaron Nesmith. So Garland returned, and he's primarily guarding Aaron Nesmith. Aaron Nesmith is bigger and stronger, and they went to hunt Garland on offense. They involved him in almost every single pick and roll, which ended up with Nesmith getting open threes, mismatches. He sometimes, when he got isolated against Garland, went to the rim against him. Garland couldn't do much. He ended up scoring 12 points in limited minutes. So yeah, that's just great matchup, best matchup on the court, and I love it for them. And as I said, they targeted Garland like almost every possession. And then it means Nesmith is involved in the offense on every single possession, which should end up with more looks for Aaron Nesmith.
All right, so we're gonna run it back. Hopefully, get the win out of Aaron Nesmith this time. But over 11.5 points at minus 120, good to minus 125 for the second bet of the day. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, please make sure you do hit the like button. As well, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Keep up to date with our playoff content. Last game to discuss, we have the Denver Nuggets and Oklahoma City Thunder. You said Game 3, if OKC won, series would have been over. Denver eked it out. Really exciting finish to that game. It was also a really good Game 4 in total as well. The Nuggets have been competitive despite the fact they haven't gotten much out of Nikola Jokic. What have OKC done to be so successful against Jokic in the last 3 games of the series?
I usually don't like to go there, but they were fouling him without it getting called. Like the amount of physicality that they are allowed to play against Jokic is crazy. Like I don't think anyone in the league is getting that kind of whistle at this point in the playoffs. I've seen at least like 10 to 15 uncalled fouls on Jokic. Even when he doesn't have the ball, they were holding his jersey all the time to prevent him to get the ball. But I'm not going to talk about the refs. Jokic needs to play much better. Horrible. He lost the touch. He looks tired, I would say. The legs are kind of lost. Like he couldn't make the 3 because every single shot was short. Every single mid-range that he usually makes with such easy was short. He missed free throws when it mattered. Like he's I always talk shit about Jokic defense, and that's usually thing. But he's kind of playing well on defense above his usual, and he's getting probably getting very much tired. Game 5 will be difficult for Denver. I don't think they win Game 5, but another time when they return home, I think they can get Game 6. So this is a 7-game series, and in Game 7, anything can happen. I am really disappointed with Jamal Murray as well. He played horrible last night. He when he tried behind the back dribble against Caruso, I was like, damn, like this is the shit. Yeah, so he needs to be much better. Turnovers and inefficiency. He can go through against. They put Cason Wallace. They put Caruso. They put Dort on him, and he can beat them. So we need to get much more from the Brown. He did well first half, but then missed all the threes in the second. But we need to get something more from Westbrook, Brown, and Michael Porter Jr. because they combine. I don't know. I'll just check quickly, but I think they combine for some crazy number of threes. So Brown 2 from 9, MPJ 0 from 5. That's 2 from 14. And Westbrook 2 from 9, so 4 from 23 from the 3-point. Like they made 2 more threes. This is a win for the Denver. Also late game missing free throws. Yeah, I don't know. They missed 10 free throws in the game. Close margins. Also, you need to make threes. Like Caruso, Cason Wallace, and Wiggins made 8 threes from the bench and shot like. Let me just see. 8 from 14. So
they were daring to shoot at times as well.
Yeah, that I would do the same. Not against Cason Wallace and Wiggins, but Caruso. Yeah, but Dort should be left open. Yeah. Holmgren, I don't think you should care. Shea, I don't think you should care. Yeah, so yeah. On the other side, I don't know, man. Like the only guy that showed up every single game is Aaron Gordon. Like he played well every single game.
He's been terrific in the playoffs as a whole, and this series in particular. It looked dicey. At the start of the fourth quarter, I think Denver, if I remember correctly, were up by 6. Like it was looking pretty dicey for the Thunder, but they came through. Yeah, but in the end,
they started Nikola Jokic on the bench to start the fourth, and
he's got to rest a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think he can. So
48 minutes.
I mean, it's in the second half. Like I don't think he should rest in the second half. Okay. He is resting when there is time between the quarters. So yeah, call timeouts and other stuff. But yeah,
it reminds me of like intramural basketball days. when what is going on with the camera, Pips?
Yeah, sorry guys. I I don't know how to
Oh,
say it, but
you spilled.
my water. Yeah, I spilled my water over my laptop and my camera and my equipment. So yeah.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I think I've cleared out the laptop and the
Okay.
equipment, but it's all over the table,
I,
so I'll be good.
I was gonna say in intramural basketball days when I was in university, when we didn't have enough players, we would call our timeouts. We'd one per quarter. We just called it exactly halfway through every quarter to give ourselves a break. So maybe the same sort of deployment for Nikola Jokic
Yeah,
and the
honestly,
Nuggets.
I think that's the thing actually. Like you call the timeouts to get guys some rest, and uh, also the amount of free throws also help the guys get rest. Like so, I don't know.
All right. Betting wise, this game, nothing from Pips, so we can move to
No.
some of the questions. It's that time of the playoffs where, we're game fours and fives. Lines are getting adjusted. Stuff is getting bet earlier and shaped earlier. So it is what it is. But let's go to the questions from the chat. Any bets you have, you can send them on in. We have a couple queued up though. We have Shabdul who asked earlier, what do we think about Kuminga over 17.5 points, minus 118? Seems like with increased usage in heavy minutes, he is also bulletproof. I don't know if I'm going to call Kuminga bulletproof with Steve Kerr, but what do you think, Pips, on over 17.5 here?
Yeah, you played 26 minutes game two and 36 minutes of the bench last time. I don't know. Let me just see how many minutes he played in the second half. I do think he played more in the second half, which is always a good sign. Kuminga second half came in 5 minutes and played the entire game. So he played looks like 18 minutes in the second half. 19 minutes in the 19 minutes. He played 19 minutes in the second half. So yeah, he will come off the best. So probably playing 30 minutes at least. So looking at the games where Kuminga gets 28 minutes. Usage was at I'll look 26 plus minutes just to include the last game. And looking at the usage, had 24 and 27% usage. So 22 plus kind of seemed expected between 30 and he averaged 17.9 while playing on average 30 minutes. That looks like a kind of correct line, but probably if you are going to bet this, probably bet like Kuminga 25 plus, so ceiling if he gets going, and that's it. That's how I will approach this one.
Yeah, the Steve Kerr without Curry is like just really trying to figure out lineups. He's been trying out a lot of things. He has not seemed keen on playing Kuminga, but it's like he has no choice in this series. So.
Kuminga played well last two games.
Yeah, he's been good. It's just Steve Kerr doesn't love playing him. Definitely doesn't love playing him.
He doesn't have anything besides Kuminga.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's
He has to play
Jimmy.
him.
Yeah, it's Jimmy, Kuminga, and Jimmy, Kuminga, and Buddy Hield. That's it.
Yeah.
That's everything for. So it's like Draymond Green, nothing on offense. Trace Jackson Davis, nothing on offense. Brandon Podjanski, zero offense. Gary Payton, zero offense. Kevin Looney, zero offense. So it's Butler, Kuminga, and Buddy. So that's why I bet Buddy. They don't have anything except Buddy and these two guys. So I see big minutes Kuminga, big minutes Butler, big minutes Buddy, and then the other two spots are either like Draymond, Kevin, Pajemski played 40 minutes, was 1 from 10. It was embarrassing to watch how scared he was to even put a shot up. So these Warriors don't have much, but they're battling. It was a close game up to the very late into the game with barely like hurt Butler and Kuminga and Hill. Imagine if someone told you round 2 of the playoffs, second best players on the second and third best players on the team will be Buddy Hill and Kuminga, and you will go like to the last possession of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
They are battling.
bit of credit to that. Let's go to the other side of this game. How about Julius Randle over 26.5 points plus assists at minus 117? This comes from Jelko. We had Randle on points in the last 2 games, both were winners. It's been adjusted a bit up. What do you think on points plus assists?
Looks good win rate, but honestly, I think not now the line is sharp. We took advantage 2 times. I mean, I still in over. Just to be clear, he had 11, 14, and 16 potential assists. Didn't cover in game 1 where he was playing only 30. Where he played only 31 minutes. Last game played 40, like expected. We took advantage of it. He had unbelievable usage at up to 29% from 28 in the game before. If he gets Randle usage at 26% or higher, like he had in those games, he's covering this most of the time when he gets 32 plus minutes, averaging 26. But that's it. Just slightly in over. Nothing else.
Okay. We'll go to the next game now. How about OG Anunoby under 14.5 points, which is minus 110 mostly. It's a little bit better, but minus 110, let's say.
As I said, they need to try to get him involved. So I do agree that he was horrible last 2 games, but they need to involve OG. So 14.5, I don't know.
Okay. On the same game, other side, Jason Tatum under 27.5 points, minus 115. This comes from PipsNBA.
Probably a good bet, just because he last game started 4 from 3. It didn't cover. Was 3 from 11 from 2s. Just I would lean over. I would lean under. So that's it.
Okay. And think that will do it for the questions. Yes. So that will be it for today's show. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Keep up to date on all the content we have on the board for the rest of the playoffs by following us on Twitter at TheBoardHQ and subscribing here to the YouTube channel. Also, make sure you drop a like if you did enjoy this one here today. We have 2 official picks in for you guys. We'll recap them right here. First of all, we have Buddy Hield over on 13.5 points. We took that minus 122 at FanDuel, but there was minus 125s available and even some minus 120 available if it's available in your region. Then we took Aaron Nesmith over 11.5 points, minus 120. This one also good to minus 125. All right, everybody, that does it. As I said, thank you so much for watching, and thank you to our presenting sponsors, as always, FanDuel. We hope to see you soon once again for more from Pick and Roll. Thanks again, everybody.